Good morning from Prudent Prosperity, Friday, July the 18th. Here are 5 things you need to know today. Number 1. U.S. stock futures traded steady on Friday, holding near record highs as signs of strength in the economy provided the buoyancy that Netflix's earnings report lacked. Futures on the S&P 500, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and the tech-focused Nasdaq 100 all hovered just above the flat line. Number 2. Netflix shares dropped by nearly 2% after the streaming giant reported quarterly earnings that topped analysts' expectations, while also lifting its full-year revenue forecast. The earnings came ahead of other tech reports scheduled for next week, including numbers from Tesla, Google parent Alphabet, and Intel. Netflix's second quarter net income of $7.19 per share rose from $4.88 per share in the year-ago quarter, above analysts' estimates compiled by Visible Alpha, while its revenue growth of 15.9% year-over-year was in line with the analyst consensus. The company also warned about higher expenses and shrinking operating margins in the second half of the year, which may have contributed to the decline in shares that have risen some 40% this year. Number 3. Bitcoin's price was around $118,000 a day after the House of Representatives passed cryptocurrency legislation that was promoted by President Donald Trump, overcoming objections by some members earlier this week. The president can now sign the Genius Act, which establishes a framework for private companies to issue stablecoins. The House-passed Clarity Act would establish a new framework of crypto regulation, while the Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act would prevent the Federal Reserve from issuing a central bank digital currency. Both will require Senate approval before they can move to Trump's desk. The passage of the legislation also benefited the Ether cryptocurrency, which was up 4% on the day, part of a 40% rise this month. Number 4. American Express shares rose by nearly 2% in pre-market trading after the credit card giant reported better second quarter revenue and profits than analysts expected, lifted by what the company called record spending. American Express reported earnings per share of $4.08 as revenue increased 9% from the same time a year ago, with both results coming in higher than Visible Alpha estimates had forecast. The credit card provider's net interest income rose 12% year-over-year to $4.19 billion, just below the analyst consensus of $4.23 billion. American Express report comes as several financial institutions issued strong earnings reports this week as banking executives cited healthy U.S. consumers. Number 5. 3M on Friday raised its full-year profit forecast and projected a smaller tariff-related hit to its 2025 earnings amid easing trade tensions between the U.S. and China, sending shares of the industrial giant up nearly 4% in pre-market trading. The company now expects a full-year adjusted profit between $7.75 and $8 per share, compared with its previous estimate of $7.60 to $7.90. The forecast includes a net hit of 10 cents per share to its 2025 profit, compared with its earlier forecast of 20 cents to 40 cents. And that's it for today.
If any of today's insights sparked a question or made you think about your own financial journey, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Let's take your next step together, strategically and confidently. And always remember, stay prudent, stay prosperous, make it a great day.